Mysterious white shining light. Hello internet, it is Friday. Happy Friday. Today we are reviewing, as you can see, Weekend at Bernie's 2. Now this movie was available on Netflix or any of those other ways you might have watched it. Some of you might have watched it if you're old enough, you watched it when it came out, and you still vividly remember it. Other people didn't, so they watched it on Netflix. Either way, let's review that. So while I watch the movie, you're going to watch a 10 to 15 second trailer. Screw it. 20 to 25 second, cause I love you. I'm joking. No, because any movies before 2000 are not in YouTube's copyrighted content ID system. So here you go.
I just saw a dead man walking on the bottom of the ocean. Uh-oh.
But that never stopped Bernie.
Go! Bernie? Oh, parasailing?
Who is that?
He's our boss. He's dead. Don't worry about it. Oh.
From being the life of the party.
See, Arnold, he's not afraid of you. You're the bravest guy I've ever met.
Weekend at Bernie's 2. No one does dead like Bernie.
Awesome movie! I love that movie. Okay, so it's basically like the first movie, but awesomer. I don't know how to explain that. It wasn't awesomer. It's just like some people say, you know, a sequel can ruin a movie, and we've seen that in a lot of movies. But this one wasn't like that. I mean, the first one was good on its own. You didn't need a sequel to make, like, it complete or anything. There were no unanswered questions. It was good the way it was, but the sequel was just awesome. It was a great movie. This movie only had a $7 million budget in 1993, which at that time wasn't even a lot. I googled it, and in 1993, a high movie budget was like $50 million. But this movie did only gross $13 million, so they came out $6 million ahead, which I guess is pretty good. So the main stars, same as the first one, are Andrew McCarthy, who looks actually a lot different, and Jonathan Silverman, who in almost 20 years, not changed at all. So let's get right into the actual review. So it starts off with these tribal people in the Virgin Islands. I know that's where it was actually filmed. I don't know what they call it in the movie. But in the Virgin Islands, this weird black magic person sends these guys to New York to get Bernie Lomax's body, bring him back because he hid treasure in the Virgin Islands. And apparently when they wake him from the dead, he will lead them to it. They mess it up, and he only starts coming to life when there's music on. He, like, dances towards it. So I don't know what happens, but Andrew McCarthy and Jonathan Silverman, they go to the morgue. Larry and I forgot what the other one's name, Jonathan Silverman, I forgot who he plays, but they go to the morgue, they get his body, and they go to the Virgin Islands. There, he starts dancing. A lot of stuff, like, transpires. Like, it's a lot. Think of, like, Drake and Josh back then. There was the one guy who's like, oh, rules, rules. And there's the one guy who's like, no, just have fun. It's very, like, out there. So that's basically what most of the movie was like. Just like the first one. Except there's a lot more adventure in this one. They went a lot of different places. So it ends with, Larry, I think it was Larry who met a girl, and she was into the black magic. And then, they took Bernie's body. Oh, spoilers, so skip ahead. They took Bernie's body, and they put music on so he would lead them to the thing. There's this guy that's obsessed with finding them. So he's in a submarine underwater. He thinks, oh, he sees them because they put on the music, and they're scuba diving, and he's leading them to the treasure, which is underwater. And the guy's in the submarine, and he's like flipping out. So he's like, I need to get out of the submarine, and they detain him. He got arrested like 4 times at that point. It was kind of funny. The guy who ended up trying to defraud the company. That's why Bernie tried to kill them in the beginning, but he didn't. He failed. They killed him instead. And then all that happened, and while that was happening, Larry went on a few dates with this girl that was really into black magic. So was her dad. They knew a lot about black magic. So when they capture Bernie, Larry, the other guy, and the girl, they bring him to the people, and they give one of them the drink. There's a drink. And they'll die in like an hour if they don't find Bernie's treasure. But they end up finding the treasure. They actually found it. They just couldn't get the box open. So they're doing everything they can to try to get the box open. And there's like $3 million inside this box. So in the end, the guy, I'm actually going to find his name because this is going to piss me off. So the guy, no one dies. Oh, Richard. Richard doesn't die. Everything's good and well. they're rich because they took some of the money, because I think the company only owed like $2 million and there was $3 million, so they took some of it, and it was just, I love this movie. Tell me what you thought about it in the comments below. If you didn't already see it, there's a link in the underbar to click on it and go instantly watch it on Netflix. Make sure you're signed into Netflix, though. And I will see you guys on Monday with... What's on Monday? I think it's The Other Guys. Just want to make sure. Yeah, so I think this movie club thing is going on. I'm just stalling while I'm trying to get the schedule up. It is... Oh yeah, The Other Guys. Okay, Monday, May 9th, we are watching The Other Guys. So watch that over the weekend. I'll see you on Monday. Peace off.